So there is this man, and he's on a train, and he has a ticket, and the only thing that's written on his ticket is the word ticket. And so he actually has no idea where he's going. He doesn't even know if he's paid for this ticket. He doesn't know how much it costs to get where he's going, and he can see that the dude that, like, you know, takes people's tickets is walking. He's just walked into his train car, and so he's almost kind of nervous about this. And so the man comes up, and he takes his ticket, and the guy says, you know, where could you tell me where this train is going? And the man who took his ticket, he just laughs, and he just laughs, and then he just keeps going, and he keeps taking the other people's ticket. And so he's like, okay, you know, at least, you know, it's fine that he had this ticket. He must have paid for it. He's still not sure where he's going or what's going on, but, you know, he's over the initial nerves of it. And so he looks back in the train car, and there's a few other people that are in the train car. And so he says to them, he goes, you know, excuse me, could you guys tell me where this train is going? And then everybody just laughs, and they just laugh, and they laugh, and they laugh. And he's like, okay, obviously nobody's going to tell me where we're going. But anyways, it's really beautiful outside this train. So he, you know, turns forward, and he's looking out the windows, and he's passing these mountains, and there's water, and then there's fields filled with flowers, and just as far as he goes along this journey, everywhere that he goes, it's so bright, and it's just beautiful. He's just like really enjoying the journey. And then the train, you know, they've been going for quite some time. The train starts to slow down, and he sees, like, up ahead that there's this whole group of people outside of the train, you know, waiting, that they must be getting on the train or something, but they're waiting at the stop. And so, you know, he's like, oh, you know, they say, you know, everybody off. And he's like, oh, okay, I guess this is where I get off. And so he goes to get off the train. And when he gets off, you know, there's all these people there, and everybody's like super happy. And he's like, hey, could you guys tell me where we are? And they just burst out laughing. And they just keep laughing and laughing. And they're getting on the train, and he's getting off the train. And he's like, I don't even know, man. So, but he's at a train station here now. So he goes into the building, and goes into the man up at the ticket counter, and he says to the man at the counter, excuse me, could you tell me where we are? Like, are we in a town? Like, where am I? Could you tell me where I'm at? And the guy working there, he says, you mean to tell me that you got a ticket and you don't even know where you're going? And then he just bursts out, and he just starts laughing, and he just won't stop laughing. So the dude's like, okay, I guess I don't get to find out where I'm at. And so, you know, he leaves the train station, and then it flashes forward, and he's about 10 years in the future, and he's outside, and there's this big table, and it's beautiful, like surrounded by fruit trees, all the things, and the table is filled with his family and his friends. Like, everybody has come to join him on this journey, and they're all sitting around, and they're eating, and they are just enjoying life, and it's just wonderful. It's just so beautiful. And then this vision flashes back, and he's back on the train, but it's back at the very beginning, right where he very first started. And this time, you know, he's got a ticket, and the only thing that it says on it is ticket. But it's a little bit dark, and the people on the train don't look very friendly. And when the man comes to take his ticket, he says, you know, excuse me, could you tell me where we're going? And he's a little nervous to even ask. The man just gives him a dirty look and kind of shrugs him off and keeps walking. And then he looks back at all the other people that are on the train car, and everyone looks like they're just miserable and angry and mean, and he's afraid. He doesn't even want to ask. He doesn't even want to ask where he's going. So we're all on this journey, and it's called life. Where are we going? We don't freaking know, man. But does it matter? It's you. What do you want? What do you want to surround yourself with? What do you want to be? What do you want to emanate? Who do you want to be on that train? Because we're all going on the journey. We don't know the final destination. You don't know. I don't know. We don't know. Nobody knows. But we can make the ride really freaking enjoyable and beautiful and wonderful and nice. And it's a choice. Because we can also do the opposite. And the thoughts that you're thinking in your mind, they can cause it to be cloudy and dark and dingy, or they can cause it to be bright and sunny and filled with love and divine alignment and beautiful connections and wonderful things. So I would encourage you to just determine what kind of train ride are you on, and what can you do to make it the most enjoyable journey and experience that you can possibly have while you're here. Maybe there's something you need to let go of. Maybe there's something you need to do more of. Maybe there's some thought loop, some thought that you've been thinking that's been keeping you stuck, holding you back. And that thought loop keeps planting, and you're harvesting it over and over and over. Plant a new seed of enjoyment, of joy, of happiness, of love in your life. And all the good and wonderful, beautiful things will appear to you. This is one of the visions that I had in a Christ Light Circle. If this is something you would be interested in joining, popping on, whatever messages you need to get, they just seem to happen to go through in these circles. And the information for that will be down below. And you can just hop on any day. Well, I guess we only got them about 5 days a week now, but they're open. They're open to the public. Would love to have you there. Thanks for tuning in. This is the Real Healing Institute. My name is Michelle Sinclair. I'm a divine healer and spiritual teacher, and I will see you in the next one.